G'day guys, and welcome back to my coverage of the AFL 2020 Premiership season. We're into round 8 and this matchup is Geelong versus Essendon. Opposite ends of the table here. Essendon sitting third and Geelong sitting third last. Clear day at the MCG. Interesting matchup. Let's get it. Let's get into it. Alright, so we're at the MCG for Geelong versus Essendon, and that looks like an absolute ripper of a scene.
Well, half the seats are filled here today. I suspect that's as good as it's
pretty much the same teams as always.
Commentary booth is Gary Lyon. Welcome, Gaz.
Thanks, Hutto. I've been waiting for this game.
I'm still going to show it just in case.
Today's match, Geelong and Essendon.
It was professional coverage. Who is it, hooker? What's it, 200?
They run on in full confidence. They're looking sharp, and the crowd are appreciating.
Yep. Kyle Hooker with 200. Well, Jasny with 100. Big games, big games. Selwood. Heppel. Where's Heppel? There's Heppel. Ray. Toss. Selwood. Left. Geelong going left of screen. Ray whistles and bounces, and we're off. Phillips, I thought, won the tap there. A few broken tackles to begin the game. Kick forward to the 50. No mark for Geelong. Still bobbling out though. Plenty of players around the ball. Broken tackles everywhere. He took on half the Geelong forward line. Still comes out. Patrick Dangerfield can't kick the ball before getting tackled. The game just shit itself as Meningoli kicks the goal. So quick start for Geelong. Seemed to go straight their way the whole way. Phillips gets the tap again. Goes down to an Essendon player. Kick forward and Zach Tui's underneath the ball. Wasn't the greatest of kicks. Off to the wing. It's a big wing at the MCG. Kicked forward. Tip and Woody. Tui wins it. Tui goes backwards. Dangerous. It hasn't been marked. Socket forward by Geelong. It's back outside the defensive 50. But it ends straight into Fantasia's hands. And he goes bang. Quick response for Essendon. And the scores are back level as the ball is bounced again. This time the Geelong ruckman wins the tap. I think it's Darcy Fort. Kick to the wing. Essendon get the ball. Moving it forward. No clear possession. Quick kick forward and marked by McGrath, who has snuck forward. And will take a shot from about 20 out. He's missed. I mean, it wasn't the most straightforward kick, but it was pretty straightforward. Blissaz plays on, kicks short at Guthrie. Essendon up by 1 point. They go outside 50 there, and Dylan Shield intercepts it. So it's coming back now. He decides to go and centre it a bit. Kyle Langford takes the mark, sends it inside 50 and a mark to Jake Stringer. He's 25 out on a slight angle. And Essendon trying to take control here. And he's missed. Could be costly mistakes here. Only 2 points the margin at the moment. Pretty much 5 minutes to go on the quarter. Blissaz plays on again. Runs and then short kick to Tom Stewart, who decides to play on and boot it out in the full. So it's going to be coming back Essendon's way again. He's inside 50. He gives it a wind up and he's hit the post. So Tom Cutler, not bad, but not quite good enough. 2.5 remain in the quarter. 6-9, 3 points the difference. 1 goal, 3-1 straight. Blizzavs trying to stick to his game plan and just going short and wide. Henry, he decides not to kick it out in the full. He's a bit smarter than Gun. Was it Guthrie that did that? I think so. Stanley on the wing. Kicks short, marked by Martin Gleeson, and that's the quarter.
What did you make of the first term, Gas?
So 6-9. Essendon could be a lot further in front right now, but they just couldn't quite kick straight. And it's still a very 50-50 ball game. It's one kick, straight kick in it.
Let's analyse the stats.
4 inside 50s to 1. So both teams making the most of their opportunities. Well, sort of. They're scoring every time it goes in there. They could be better scores. But, you know. I'm really struggling tonight, apparently. 15 disposals to 13. Actually, Geelong's way, which is a bit surprising. I felt like Essendon had a lot more of the ball, but apparently not. Geelong's had more clangers, more marks. Essendon's had more tackles. No free kicks so far. Possession's been pretty 50-50, and there's only been 3 hit-outs, so it's 2-1 in there. Blizzards with 4 disposals already. That's because he's taken the kick-outs. Everyone else at best has 2. And that will do it for the quarter. So the ball's bounced for the second quarter to begin. Tap down. Ablett receives the tap from... who's the ruckman again? It doesn't matter. Andrew Phillips, I think. And it's balled up on Geelong's 50. Tap down. High tackle against Zaharakis. So Geelong gets the first entry for the second quarter. Goes in deeper and Josh Jenkins can't get rid of the ball. It's a ball up. Soccered forward by Essendon. They decide to keep soccering it forward. They're under pressure here. They're not going to allow Geelong to get on top. Ablett breaks a couple tackles, boots it forward inside the goal squares Josh Jenkins. And he is absolutely lethal from here, so you can book this one in. And he nails it, so Geelong back in front. Bounced again, tap down, handball forward. Ablett with acres of space, boots it forward. Jenkins can't take the mark and it bounces over the line for a point. Jenkins had room, he had the lead, but he just couldn't quite get there before the ball bounced. So 2-1-13 to 1 goal 3-9. Essendon struggling to get it out of the defensive 50 now, as Tom Hawkins snaps for a point. 11 minutes 11 seconds remaining. So maybe this is just the scoring end, because Cale Hooker's now struggling. He goes wide, boots it up in the air. Hawkins is under it. He can't take the mark though. Soccer forward by Essendon. They are getting a little bit further out of defence than Geelong were, but it's coming back again. Dowhouse first to the ball. He's going to run in. No one to stop him. And he kicks the goal from about 25 out. So Geelong's starting to get a bit of an ascendancy because they are actually kicking straight, unlike Essendon from the last quarter. 3-2 to 1-3. Ball goes up. Tap down. Essendon straight out the middle here. Tip on Woody. Can't take the mark. Guthrie takes on. Breaks the tackle. Kicks it back to the centre of the ground. Joel Selwood takes the mark. He's got a player out on the wing. He can't hit the target, but it's okay because there's players there. Kicked inside 50. Punched forward by Essendon. They didn't want Geelong taking the mark. And a high tackle against Harry Taylor as Essendon tried to run it out of defence. It wasn't the greatest of kicks. It was a one-on-one and it's turned over. Kick back inside 50 and Brandon Parfitt takes the mark. From about 35 he'll kick this. Less than 3 minutes to go in the quarter, and he's nailed it. So Geelong putting Essendon to the sword here. This is what you get for kicking inaccurately. 4-2 to 1-3. Tap down. Phillips breaks a tackle. Essendon run it forward, kick it forward, and Joe Danaher again not accurate enough. They're down by 16 points now. 1-4 to 4-2. It's only the scoring shots are only marginally different as the siren goes for half time. Could be a 1 point ball game or a 5 point ball game or whatever.
What do you make of it all?
But instead, because Essendon couldn't kick straight for most of this half,
It'll be interesting to see what
they're down by 16.
with after half time.
9 inside 50s to 6, so they're not being as efficient once they get inside 50 as they were in the first quarter. But otherwise, still a very closely contested game in terms of the stats. Dylan Shield has 5 disposals, Heppel and Danaher have 3. Blitzavs has 4, Gary Ablett with 3, Tom Stewart with 2. And then we have all single goal kickers. So yeah, Geelong really got a move on in that quarter. Essendon only get 1 point. They kicked 3 goals too. The second half begins. Tapped down by Andrew Phillips. He can't find an Essendon player. Socked forward by Geelong. Picked up, kick forward. Could be a goal here. Gets to the line and Carl Hooker takes the mark. The 200 gamer. He kicks it out and Sam Menegola decides that's as far as the ball's going to get. He's going to turn around and try and kick it straight back over his head. And he has, so Menegola makes things a little bit dicey for Essendon now. 22 points the difference. Ball is bounced. Tapped down again. And just Geelong players everywhere in here. Kicked forward. Mark to Josh Jenkins. He looks at it. He's going to kick it from about 40 out. And they're starting to run over the top of him. Another straight kick. Something Essendon haven't done. And I think they've well and truly understood what happens when you waste your chances. 28 points the difference now. It's been all Geelong recently. Punch down. Dangerfield out to a one-on-one. Socket forward inside the Geelong 50 again. Picked up, kick forward. Dowhouse misses. 29 points the difference. Essendon will need to kick at least, you'd think, 1 or 2 this quarter to mount a comeback in the last quarter. Stanley comes off for Harry Taylor. So this kick could make it 6 goals the difference. He decides to centre it, which is a good decision, and Schlensog gets the mark. He runs in and goes banging it out in the full. Schlensog doesn't know how to kick yet. So Hooker sends it straight down the middle of the ground, and Parfitt decides that's a bit of a dumb thing to do, and he takes a mark, and he will probably send it straight over his head again. He does. So Geelong are absolutely trouncing Essendon now. 35 points the difference. Just the singular Essendon point remains on the last 10 scoring shots. It's kicked forward by Essendon out of the middle. And Guthrie gets back for the mark. So he kicks it back down the middle of the ground. No mark taken, but out the back is a Geelong player. Kicks it forward. Joel Selwood is first to the ball. He looks up, straightens up, and kicks the goal. So that's how quickly they can hurt. That's how quickly they can hurt you. 41 points the difference now. Geelong absolutely dominating since the first quarter. Quick kick forward by Essendon. They finally responded. Jacob Townsend, the former Richmond player. He knows how to kick straight, apparently. It's his first disposal of the match. So Andrew Phillips finally found a player running forward. They had the momentum. Handballs over the top. And Townsend runs inside 50 slightly and just goes bang. One bounce into the goals. So
That goal will be a real confidence.
well, it wasn't inside 50. It was outside 50. It was a 55-metre kick.
The Cats got control.
So Essendon peg one back. They might be on a bit of a roll here. Kick forward again. No mark though. Harry Taylor cleans up, sends it long, and there won't be another score for the quarter. The siren goes, and it's 35 points the difference. 6 straight kicks for Essendon is what they'll need to win the game from here.
What can you tell us from the stats, Gaz?
Essendon can't get their hands to the footy. If they can win more of the ball, then they can get back into this one.
Thanks for that, Gary.
Yeah, they're getting absolutely trounced. The stats aren't too heavily against them. They're against them. The stats are favouring Geelong, but not that heavily. It's not completely awful. So no one's really standing out for major ball getters. The best on ground at the moment's Dylan Shield with 5. But that's not huge. Menengola, Josh Jenkins and Brandon Parfitt all with 2 goals each. Let's get into the last quarter.
Let's see what this last quarter throws up.
They need to get
The ball is bounced. Andrew Phillips down to Heppel. This is what they need to do, and they need to do it quickly. Handball forward. Rough conduct on Zach Tui.
he needs the
So Essendon lining up for their first goal already. That's a good start. I think it's Devon Smith. And he can't kick straight.
Slipping away. They must convert here.
Typical Essendon. Get a chance, miss it. 2 goals, 5 now.
Plenty of time left in the
2 goals, 5 to 8-3. 7 scoring shots to 11.
5 foot.
Kicked forward. Jack Stephen takes the mark just outside 50. He gets smothered. Essendon can't do anything with it. Kicked forward by Geelong.
Picked up by
Danaher picks it up, goes bang, and he's kicked another.
a long effort.
So here we go. They've got to get a move on because that was not fast enough.
He celebrates hard after that.
He did really well there and gets
28 points the difference now. Tap down. Here we go. There's movement. Essendon still can't get anything to happen.
Kicks hurriedly.
Tui first to the ball, sockers forward. Heppel gets the ball, sockers it back. Tippin Woody kicks it forward. It's a 2-on-1 here. It's Tui's first one back though. He wheels around, boots it out, and I don't think Essendon are going to do it. They're just too slow. They're not efficient enough. Dangerfield goes wide to the wing. This is perfect tactics from Geelong. Tippin Woody picks up the ball, boots it up in the air and out of bounds on the full.
Uses it 5 foot.
So Geelong back to the wing.
The ball. I haven't seen him for a
They just kick it out wide and as far as they can. That's enough of time wasting tactic for this game. Kick forward to Joe Danaher. He takes a mark. Inside 50. He's on about the 40. He'll kick from 45. He goes bang. And he's kicked straight. So a glimmer of hope still. 22 points the difference. They need 4 goals in 7 minutes. Not impossible. It's hard, but it's not impossible. They need to be efficient. Tap down. Andrew Phillips can't get the own clearance. Ablett makes it almost impossible now as he kicks to
good call.
Schlensog. I wish he wasn't a player because I cannot say his name.
Hold on to the ball for a few moments and just
He lines up And it's got the accuracy, it's got the distance, it's a goal, and that's the end of the game. No chance now. It's 4.5 minutes to go.
Celebrates hard after that.
And it's, 28 points the difference.
Play Essendon, 29.
Tapped down by Andrew Phillips. Ablett teases him before getting rid of the ball. Essendon get the turnover though. High tackle against Harry Taylor.
For that high tackle.
Clock continues to tick down.
Couldn't keep his hands on it. Shield having an
Kicked forward. Razio Fantasia takes the mark.
just put it on the boot.
He's about 40 out from goal. He'll kick from 45. Less than a minute to go now. And he's missed.
It's a behind. A goal there.
So 57 to 30. It's 27 points the difference with 29 seconds to go. That should be the final score. But who knows? There could be a late turnover. Kick to a pack mark, and it is a late turnover. Kyle Langford takes the mark as the siren goes.
45 metres out.
So he could bring it back to 21 points the difference. Takes his time. He's got no time to waste off the clock. He's hit the post. So a 26-point game favouring Geelong. 57 to 31. It was pretty quickly
Fortunately for Essendon, today-
game over once Geelong got ticking.
How did you see that one, Gaz?
Geelong left
And yeah, just inaccuracy from Essendon failed to really kill the game early on for Essendon, and Geelong showed them how to kick accurately from that point onwards. So Essendon tried to do a little bit at the end of the game there, but it was just way too late.
That's the end of today's.
Still didn't really. You look at the stats, and they didn't really get smashed. The scoreline did not favour them at all. They played better than what the score said. But yeah, 25 clangers to 15 is one stat that stands out to me. 19 marks to 9 favouring Geelong as well. But yeah, other than that, nothing really goes shit. They got absolutely pummeled. 5 disposals to Mark Blitzavs, Jack Stephen and Gary Ablett. 2 goals each for Sam Menengola, Josh Jenkins and Brandon Parfitt as well. Then Dylan Shield ended up with 8 disposals, so he exploded in that last quarter as Essendon tried to mount a comeback. Dyson Heppel with 5, Joe Danaher with 5. Danaher also had 2 goals, Fantasia and Townsend with 1 each as well. So yeah, just Geelong ended up being too good for them. After that first quarter, just inaccuracy for the first half for Essendon really. I mean, the whole game, but mainly the first half just allowed Geelong to, instead of being 1 point up or 1 goal up or whatever, they were already 16 points up. So when they come out in the third quarter and kick 4 goals to 1, it really killed the game. Best on. Oh, have I gone too far? Gone too far. I didn't even get to see who the best on was. My bad. Alright, well guys, that concludes my coverage of the Geelong and Essendon match for round 8. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll be back with another game soon.